Hello, welcome to my channel, 100 Days of College Jail. Today is day 23 of showing gratitude. I'm back in this space because my room, I didn't want to make my bed because right after this video, I'm going straight back to bed. It is a lazy stay-in day. Okay, so day 23 of gratitude. We are going to show gratitude towards, I was a little iffy on doing this, but I remember I wrote it down somewhere, so I was like, okay, might as well get it out the way. And it is being single. All right, then put my 5-minute timer on. All right. Oop, there we go. I am grateful for being single. I am grateful for being single in a time in my life where I have so many ideas and aspirations and momentum going to go in a direction that I want my life to be in. And I'm grateful that when I'm single, I can focus on my friends and my family and me and continue to understand what I want out of a relationship, what I need, the type of person they'd have to be, the type of person I would want to be within it, and really have that time to just care about me. I'm grateful that I don't, this is no shade to anyone, but I know some people treat it like a prison or like they can't do anything in their life until they're with someone. And I'm grateful that I don't feel that way. I'm grateful that I continue to travel. I continue to do interpersonal work. I continue to like just do the things that I want to without thinking like, oh, I want to wait until I'm with someone, or I want to do this until I'm with someone, right? I'm grateful that I don't have that mindset and that I don't feel like there's something wrong with me for not already being in a relationship. And of course, like I know everyone has like their times where you're like, you know what, I want it now. And I get it. Right? Because when I finished college, it's actually kind of funny because I had this conversation with a friend. I finished high school and I was like, oh, like no biggie, because I didn't date anyone. And I was like, oh, no biggie. Like wasn't really interested in anyone. And I knew that like this is not where I wanted to stay. Like there was more beyond for me. I get through college and I was like, you know what? Well, before college, I was like, you know what? It'll probably happen in college. Like no biggie. Then college ends and nothing happened. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And I had to learn not to be bothered by it. And I also had to, and I'm grateful that I took the time to understand that perhaps I didn't want it anyways. Not to say I would never, right? Like I wouldn't completely bar it, but perhaps I didn't want it anyways, but I felt like it should have already happened. Like you know how type A, like it feels like something I should have already checked off my box. Not to say like, oh, I would have been married and that's my person for the rest of my life, but at least your first boyfriend or your first real serious committed relationship would have already happened at some capacity, and it didn't. And I'm glad and grateful that I felt that feeling briefly and took it, tried to understand it, and realize like, okay, it's fine. This isn't something you just check off your list. I'm very picky anyway. I'm grateful that I'm picky. I'm grateful that I have standards. I'm grateful that I have boundaries. And when I was evaluating why it was like that, I was like, you know what? Oftentimes people, men and women who like interact with me romantically, platonically, whatever, they would tell me that I have an energy of you can't mess with me. Like you can't fuck with me, pretty much, right? And I took that as a sign of like, okay, like that's God protecting me really. Like I already have that aura of if you can't come correct, don't come at all. Right. And then I can't be mad at that because that's exactly how I want it to be. I have boundaries, right? The dates that I do go on, and standards, I'm very upfront about it. I'm very assertive, upfront. And some people say like it's a little scary for them, but I'm like, like either you love it or you like it, right? And because of that, I'm able to quickly weed people out. I'm grateful that I can tell within a week or two. And I think the longest was like a month, and it wasn't even consecutively. I can tell if someone's not my person. I'm grateful that I have that gift of discernment. Like I just know. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't think it's gonna work out. Even if they didn't do anything wrong, I'm grateful that I have that superpower. Right? I don't prolong things and drag it on. Like I'm to the point. Which of course in that moment I was like, oh, like I hate it. Like why can't someone just meet my standards? But I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I have so much of my life and love to give anyways, and I pour my love into my friends, my family. I'm grateful that I'm not withholding my affection for someone who may or may not come in the future, right? Often a lot of people do that. That was a weird way that I said it, but people hold on to the way they want to give gifts, the trips they want to take someone on, Jesus, right? For someone that may or may not come along, or may not come along for a while, right? I pour into my friends. I give gifts. I do like I haven't done like a surprise birthday party yet, but I do plan on it. I made my friend a money bouquet for her graduation. I'm pouring love into people. I'm getting presents and being calling people and being giving like words of affirmation. I'm doing these things. Oh, okay. I can talk about it a little bit because I feel like this might be a subject that people need, right? So don't withhold your affection, your love, your attention from yourself or others just because you want it to be in a romantic partner. And I truly believe that what's the word? The phrase, you reap what you sow, right? So if I am giving and loving and understanding, and I'm always trying to be a better person, and like I'm not perfect, so like if I mess up, like family member tells me I'll apologize, or someone tells me I'll apologize, I'll change, whatever, then that's exactly what I'll receive. Now, for the girls, I want you to take what I say lightly. If you are trying to be with a guy, doing more for him or pouring into him doesn't mean he'll pour that into you. All right? I'm not talking about that person. Like, whatever person you think of that you think you need to try harder for, throw it away. Okay? This is for, honestly, friends, family, and more importantly, the women in your life. Pour into them, right? Because we're ladies, right? We don't have to do too much to be loved and adored and appreciated and admired. And when your person comes around, you don't have to do anything and they'll pour into you as well. So don't get that twisted like, oh, that means I need to try hard. Like, if he's pulling away, that means I need to give more. Absolutely not. Absolutely. This is about you and the people who are already in your lives. Pour into them, right? And it'll make you feel good and full and understand, like, oh, okay, the reason I wanted it so bad or I wanted it is because I was withholding it, right? You wanted to love someone. Love. There's so many people around you to love already. Oh, and if there's nobody, there's you, right? You. Now, let me get into this because, like I said, I'm just gonna talk about it. Okay. Every month on the 12th. Oh my goodness. Let me rephrase this. I don't know why I always do this. The 12th of every month, I take myself on a date and I journal and I do like something special. Why the 12th? Well, my birthday is December 12th, and 12 is significant to me. And I wanted to make sure that I celebrated myself because there were times, periods in my life where I'd be so busy and things are like rolling, and I'm happy and I'm like proud of myself as well. But like, I don't take the time to really sit down, wine and dine myself, appreciate my accomplishments, or even like soothe myself for like any, I don't want to say failures, but like any setbacks and failures and stuff, right? So the 12th isn't the only day I do those. The 12th is a definite day that I have to. And I do that every month. And I call it my birthday anniversary. So every birthday anniversary, whether I'm working or I'm not, it really depends. I'll either take myself out to a really nice restaurant. I'll definitely journal and talk about all the things that I've done or I'm proud of since the last birthday anniversary. I may phone a friend. I may go on a road trip, like, because sometimes it ends up on a weekend or on a Friday. And I'm like, you know what? Let's make it a weekend trip. And if I'm super, super busy on the 12th, I'm like, okay, let's plan something in the month that I know that I'll be free to compensate for the day I missed. The day that I missed as well. And I do it. It makes me intentional about myself, right? I urge you guys to do that as well. Birthday anniversaries are the best, especially if you're someone that you struggle to like find time for yourself. You need to do that, right? And once a week, I I do something nice for myself. It doesn't have to be like super extravagant. Like maybe I'll go to a park, or maybe I'll buy like a little snack or a little dessert, or just something. And then every day I'm into self care. So I either journal, I do my morning skincare routine, my night skincare routine. I work out, not every day, but like 3 days a week. Like I am doing things that I know are good for me. Now, let's take a step further, right? You can love yourself in tiny ways that doesn't require like extensive journaling and therapy, all these things, right? What do I mean by that? Love yourself in small ways. For example, I stopped wearing like headphones because it caused acne right here because the sweat would like push on it. I didn't like that. So I got earbuds. Also, shout out to my friend who gave me earbuds for Christmas. It's like these special running ones where it wrap around your ear. It doesn't insert all the way in. It's really good for your ear canal and like your skin, whatever. So I'd wear them after every workout. I clean them. People don't clean their headphones. Even when I had headphones, I'd wipe them down before a workout, after a workout. That's one way of loving yourself, is making sure the equipment that you use and inserting in somewhere in your body is clean. Right? You're thinking, oh, like that's nothing, but then you forget and you struggle to do it. Imagine that. Love yourself in the small ways. Another example is when I go to the bathroom, I don't take my phone in there. Imagine, imagine not having, imagine not loving yourself enough, or not caring about yourself, or not giving yourself enough attention to release yourself in peace. You have to have your phone and watch somebody that you don't know, a life that you want. You don't even have enough care for yourself to release yourself without your phone. Think about that. Yet you want, I'm not like, also don't cry about this. It's the truth. Yet you want someone to give you full attention when you can't even go to the bathroom by yourself. You can't shower by yourself. You can't shit by yourself. You can't brush your teeth by yourself. You have to be watching something. You have to be on your phone. Like, and you're like, oh, that's nothing. Okay, try it and see how you struggle. And you won't struggle for long if you're serious about loving yourself, but give yourself attention right there. So those are two examples. Of course, I think I'm going to make another video about this. If you guys want that, like comment on like ways, small ways that I implement self-love throughout my day, my week, my month, my year. Just small ways. It's really the tiny, tiny things. Or let me give one more example. I'm trying to think of one that doesn't revolve around like technology, but there's one where it's like you should eat without watching TV. You know, like pay attention to your food, and it makes you more conscious of like what you're eating, and like you can appreciate what you're eating and stuff. And on to add on to that, I'm trying to cook for myself more. Not that I never did before, but like there are times where I definitely like just grab something from like a restaurant, fast food, and just like ate it at home because like I truly was busy, and I'm not mad at that. But even let's say you're driving from somewhere and you're very hungry, okay? Go to the grocery store, get a nice healthy snack, right? And get ingredients for a meal that you want to eat. While you're making that meal, you eat that small snack. Like let's say it's a really healthy protein granola bar, or let's say you're eating apples, let's say it's fruit, whatever, just anything. And while you're making it, you snack on it a little bit. When you're done, you can appreciate your food. You can appreciate the time you put into it, right? You're thinking, well, that's just wasting time. You're right, it can be, you know, and I'm not opposed to getting a meal prep service at all. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to you going to a nicer restaurant and getting like a party pack, just meal prepping for the week. That's not a problem. What I'm saying is like fast food, like McDonald's, Burger King, like something quick, greasy, and not good for you. I'm talking about those things, right? Because I truly believe in meal prepping, not cooking every day, but like sometimes, you know, we mess up. Um, but taking the time to make yourself a meal and taking the time to eat it and appreciate it will translate into your life. Because don't you want someone to come into your life and take the time to know you, to love you, to what's the word? To shower you with like affection and love. And I'm a gift person, right? So like with gifts or just nice gestures, to take the time, right? To be careful with you, right? When I say you need to do those things in your life already, I'm not saying you need to do that with other people. You can literally just do that with yourself. Take the time with whatever you do, and whoever comes into your life will take that same time, and even better with you. Another example is like when you're shopping. Like a lot of people would want to just, they see something they like, they swipe, right? They're done. They swipe, they're done. I want it now. Okay. And then months later, years later, it's in your closet and you don't even know how much it was. You don't really care for it. You're like, this isn't really even my style. And you regret buying it. Okay. How about next time you see something, you take note of it and like it? Unless like it's of course like immediate need of like Like sometimes when I go shopping, it's like, oh crap, I don't have this. Like I need to get it now for this something. Like I can understand, all right, have discernment in that regard. But let's just say it's just regular old shopping. Like it's not like you need anything per se in that moment. You just want to shop and see what's cute, right? You go and you see something, okay? Evaluate it. Look at the material. Try it on. See if it's actually for your body shape. I'm not shaming anyone. Wear what you want. But if you like, let's say for Jesus, for me, I know that I want to wear clothes that fit my body the best. For instance, I like deep V's. They look the best on me, especially when you have a smaller chest. I like that. They look good on me. I don't really do big turtlenecks. They don't look that great on me, right? So obviously, I'm not going to pick something just because it's trending, just because it's cute. Okay, it could be cute and not for me, and I can find a different variation of it on my own if I wanted to, because there's so much clothes out in this world. You don't have to buy that one that you're iffy on. You don't. Anywho, you're at the store, you see it, you look at the material, you look at the silhouette to see if it fits your body type, or let's say even your aesthetic or your lifestyle. It all plays into it. You check it. Cool. You're like, okay, evaluate. Do I need it? Is there things in my closet that go well with it? In what spaces could I wear it? For me, I like to buy garments that I can wear for leisure or the gym. Right, so I have like those two because like there's like I have like some workout shorts that I only wear to the gym. You get what I'm saying? Versus like these yoga pants that I could wear to the store or to the gym, right? So just keep that in mind. Um, so like, where could you wear it? Another thing I like to do is garments that I can wear to work and out and about in my own style. If it's cute enough for me to wear on my own, like not even working, and it's appropriate for work, or I could like get a jacket or a blazer, or like I can layer it in a way that it would be appropriate for work. I'm more inclined to get it. Be intentional in the way you shop. Being intentional in every way in your life is showing yourself love, like deep, deep love. So then when anyone, and I'm talking about opportunities, jobs, romantic partners, friends, when they come into your life, or people who want to be those things, come into your life and they have no intention, right? They're not careful. They're not, I don't want to say strategic because that has like a negative connotation to it, but like just purpose. You don't even like it. You're like, ew, no. But if you are like them, you will happily invite them in. Happily invite them in. Right? So be intentional in different parts of your life. The food you eat, the clothes you wear, with the media you watch. Like, just think about, like, okay, do I like this? Do I want this? Does this fit me? Like, have a routine for yourself. And I've always already done this. And I think when after college, I'm stepping into adulthood, I had to redefine what that meant. Because so much of my life was revolved around school. And now that I'm kind of exiting out of it, I still have like 2 classes, but I'm still exiting out of it. I have to redefine what that means to me with work, with now like free times on the weekend, on my evenings, and like what that means for me and how I want to live. Because now I have how I want to live. Let me finish that sentence. Because now I have more control over me. It's not just about school. Like it was so easy with school because you knew like, okay, in 4 years I want to graduate high school. So like within those 4 years you're studying, making sure you get A's, making sure you get scholarship money, all that stuff. Boom, your goal. Right? You have structure, you know what you need to do, you have your self care of like what to do before a test, after a test, weekends and all that stuff. We've been practicing for decades our self care as children in school. We're now adults. Now we need to have a self care for adults in the real world, which is completely different. And you don't, and it kind of pissed me off that it was different because I thought it could be an easy one to one because like school isn't too different from work. It kind of is. It really is. It really is. So I'm like, okay, have intention, have a set schedule for you, redefine what that means. Don't try to hold on to what you've been doing all those years because that no longer serves you. That was when you were a schoolgirl, schoolboy. You're an adult now, right? And so when I got out of college and I was a little lost, a little very emotional about a lot of things, and it took me a while to redefine what that means for me and to implement things that worked for me and my needs, and to also be in a space where I was okay that certain things didn't happen in my life, or I didn't meet certain benchmarks because I was focused on other things. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm actually really privileged and blessed to have made it to a certain point. For instance, it truly isn't a brag. It's like, I'm proud of it, and I really wish this on everyone. But like, I was able to get through undergrad debt free. I never had to take out a loan. It was all scholarship based, merit scholarship based. Worked my ass off throughout high school and whatnot to get that. I'm so proud of myself for it. And I'm going through my master's program right now. I have about two more classes left, and I had my mom and my parents to kind of help me pay for it. It's not too expensive either. I'm glad for it, and I didn't have to take out a loan, and I'm debt free. I will have gone through both levels of education debt free. I don't applaud myself enough for that because I kept thinking about how I'm living back at home and I hate it, right? And not that I hate my family or my house or whatever. It's just that so many people that I know, friends, even strangers, they're moving out, right? They're getting into relationships. They're traveling more. And I travel a lot as well, but it felt like I was behind because it felt like, okay, I'm right back in high school because I'm back in my house, and I had to really sit down and see, like, okay, I am exactly where I wanted to be, right? I'm exactly where I wanted to be, and I didn't think further from that, right? So after graduate school, like I said, oh, I'll get work, and I got work. I'm working part time, but now it's like, okay, but I'm at home, and I'm having to redefine what I want to do with my life, and even now, I'm reevaluating I don't want to say my career choice. I feel like that's giving out too much, but what I want to do in my life long term, because I came to a realization that doing public accounting isn't something long term, even though I've been working for it since high school, right? It was very hard. It was extremely hard to come to terms with. And I think that with all that going on in my personal and career, that part of me wanted to be with someone to feel like, okay, well, everything's not working out. Maybe I need this to like not fix it, but like remedy it a little bit. Like I was so stressed out. I was just like, it would be nice, like if this had already happened. Like what the heck? Where's my person? And I had never been like that. I had never been that person. So like part of me was like, I feel that way, and I allowed myself to like feel my emotions because I'm trying to be more emotionally available. Ew. But then the other part of me was like, this is still not me. And I hated it. But I also didn't want to shame myself for the way I feel because even if it's not ideal, you need to feel it and go through it to understand it. So I understood it. And even while I was feeling that way, I was still okay. I was still happy that I was single. I was just like mad that I like had to be happy that I don't even know. I don't even know what it was. But it was for a little while. Fixed that. And I'd always been doing self care even during that time, but like I understood now, like, oh, okay. It was because I felt like everything wasn't working out when it really was. And I also felt like I didn't have a purpose. And now I define that purpose for myself, and I'm extremely happy. And now that I felt so much joy and gratitude towards my life, which is another reason why I started this YouTube channel about 100 Days with Kajo, is to focus on my life, to focus on being a better person, a global citizen, to try things out. Because I'm someone that I don't like to be stuck. And I think that was another thing. Being at home felt like I was stuck, like I wasn't moving, but I was moving. This was just a cute little rest stop, a cute little stop for gas, because I truly believe 2025 is when things will roll, right? Can't say I'll be at my destination, but I will be flying on that highway. And I once I understood that, found my purpose, redefine my routine again. I would think I had a routine, then I had to do it again. I had to redefine it because I realized like, okay, it wasn't enough. Like clearly I need more, which it's okay. Did that, got myself in a beautiful space currently, right now, where as far as like relationships, it's like one, I was continue to have my standards and my boundaries. And I think that was another thing. It's like I wanted it so bad, but I wasn't willing to decrease my standards or like disregard my boundaries. I was just so mad that like, why can't someone just meet it? Oh, beat it! Like, oh, that's what it felt like. But it felt icky if I dropped them. Like I won't. I just want someone to meet them. That was the frustration. That's what it was. But once I got like my purpose, I felt like I didn't really need it. That if someone comes along, of course I want them to take their time. I want to take my time to evaluate if I even want that person, all these other things, right? And it's not such a pressing issue for me because I know that since I do want it, that it will happen immediately. I don't know, right? But it will, and I trust that it happened. Like, it's on me. I decide, like it's not someone else's power. Like, I decide if I like you or not. And I've always felt that way, but it's just for, like I said, in that moment in time, it was really irritating to be like, okay, yes, I decide, but like, can I decide? Like, hello, you know? But I was able to see that maybe this isn't something that I actually really, really wanted. Like, yes, but I have so many other things. I think I was just bored. I think I was just, I felt lack in other areas, and I thought maybe this could help supplement. It does not. It does not. And I'm really proud and I'm grateful that I never tore down my standards, disregarded my boundaries, just messed with whoever. I'm glad I didn't do that. And that means like emotionally, and to know that, okay, like it will come along and like it's not that big of a deal. Like, life is so big beyond that. And I always knew it. I always knew it. And I just had to make sure and reiterate to my mind and my heart and my soul that it's okay, right? Because I think I had put a mental deadline of like college or like toward the end of college, and then when it didn't happen, which was what I graduated last December, so December 2023, that like something in my mind might click like, oh, like there's something wrong here, right? And I'm like, it's okay, like it's all right, it's cool, it's cool, and it was never that big of a deal either. You guys don't understand. Ugh, it was like such a shock how bothered I was by it. Because for years, like I did not even think about it. I wasn't really worried about it. I was so focused on me and myself. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. And then when I felt that way, I was actually super mad at myself because I never thought of myself to feel like that person or to be that person that wanted it so bad. I'm like, ew. But then I also wouldn't shame others for it. Like I just be like, like do you and do what's best for you. But for me to be that person, I was like, oh girl, this has to change right now. And I think it took longer to like fix that because in the beginning there was a lot of shame of like, no, like you should not feel that way. Like you shouldn't even want it. Like ill, 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 ill. Versus now it's like, okay, it's okay that I want it and it's okay that it's not here at the same time. It's okay. It's okay. Because I know whatever I'm thinking of and what I want is going to be 10 times better when it comes along. So I know that was long winded, but I just wanted to share that little food for thought. If that's helpful, please let me know. Like, subscribe, leave a comment of why you're grateful for being single. So I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.